advising them not to eat the Chloe Beretta brand trays. The trays include a variety of meats with the Best By date of on number 4.
Ford is recalling more than 16,000 of its 2021 F-150 trucks due to seatbelt issues. Ford issued the recall on 2021 trucks manufactured with the Super Cab body style. The company says the front seat belt webbing in the affected vehicles may be incorrectly routed, increasing the risk of injury. Ford says more than 16,000 vehicles that were manufactured between January and May of this year are affected by that recall. The automaker says the regular cab and crew cab body styles use a different seatbelt assembly and are not part of the recall. Consumer spending slowed in July while inflation over the last 12 months grew at the fastest pace in 3 decades. The Commerce Department says consumer spending slowed last month to a modest increase of 0.3%. That's down sharply from the 1.1% jump in June, and an indication of how the Delta variant is weighing on the economy. Meanwhile, consumer prices for the year rose at a pace not seen since January 1991. A key inflation measure the Federal Reserve uses rose 3.6% in July from a year ago. That met Wall Street expectations, but also tied the highest level in about 30 years. The FDA is warning heart patients that certain electronic devices may interfere with implanted pacemakers and defibrillators. The agency says it looked into the issue after getting reports that newer smartphones and watches were affecting the function of these medical devices. Researchers found magnets in these phones and watches triggered settings in pacemakers that could cause serious harm to patients. They say this can be prevented by keeping electronics at least 6 inches away from medical devices. Finally, a new study shows more than 500,000 children have been injured in a TV or furniture tip-over since 1990. 70% of those children were younger than 6, and almost half of injuries were to the head or neck. 3% were admitted to the hospital. A large proportion of furniture injuries involved tip-overs of dressers, wardrobes, and bookcases that were not secured to the wall. A proposed law called the Sturdy Act would require the Consumer Product Safety Commission to develop a mandatory safety standard to protect young children from tip-over injuries. That was passed by the U.S. House in June and is awaiting action in the Senate. Planning to get the flu shot and a COVID booster? What you need to know if you plan on getting both is just 2 minutes away.